Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my laser eye surgery experience, and particularly Smile with Herzeg. So I did do two other videos, one on how you can save money for your laser eye surgery, and the other one is pretty much my consultation experiences and why I ultimately decided to go with Herzeg and for the procedure Smile. So I'll link those two videos in the description box below if you want to check that out. But in today's video is just going to be about what my experience with at Herzeg is for my Smile procedure, and if there's any side effects, and if I'm happy with the overall results. So I know there's a lot of videos out there about the general procedure, how things work, the difference between what Smile is and LASIK and the differences between them, but I'm not really going to go over all that in detail because other videos talk about that. I'm just going to highlight the key things that stood out for me the most during this procedure and highlight pretty much the progress and how I'm doing now after the procedure. So it's actually 3 months now since I've had my laser eye surgery, and overall I'm very happy with the result. Herzeg was the only laser eye surgery clinic that allowed me to speak to a surgeon during my consultation for the actual surgery, whereas other clinics I went to, I didn't really get to talk to the surgeons. I think I only got to talk to the optometrist for one of them, and being able to talk to surgeon and ask questions about the procedure give me a lot more reassurance, and that's something that I really liked about Herzeg. The general procedure is that I'm supposed to talk to the optometrist first and then talk to the surgeon, but they skipped that step for me, probably because I got a referral from my optometrist before going. I was sold over the Smile procedure because it leaves the cornea intact, and as someone who always rubs their eyes and very careless with that, I was definitely scared of dislodging the cornea and the flap if I go with the traditional LASIK procedure. One thing to note as well is that although I am a candidate for LASIK, I am definitely more on the thinner side, so I don't really have a very thick cornea, but I pretty much just made the bracket for performing LASIK, and the surgeon at Herzeg told me that I am a candidate for LASIK, but there could be a better procedure out there where I don't have to cut a big portion of my cornea because I don't really have that much. To be honest, I don't even know if there is really a big difference, and I don't know if they're just trying to sell me things and make them go to their clinic, but I figured, latest technology. I know there's not a lot of clinics in Toronto that does Smile, but it has been done all over the world, especially in the States, even though other clinics like Boston or TLC will say that's not proven. We're not too sure if it is significantly better, so that's why we don't have it in the clinic, but it is done in other parts of the world, and it seems like it is growing. So to me, it just sounds like they're kind of lazy and they don't want to put that new technology in or invest that money in it, and they also don't really have the skills because it is a more invasive procedure and it does require a more skilled surgeon to perform this. So I was taken into a room after they did my checkup for my eyes, and this assistant, her name's Sophia, offered me $400 off. Very nice. Simply because I asked, and I went home and I had more questions throughout the week, so I just kept emailing her back and forth, and she was very helpful with answering all my questions. She answered it, within a day or two, and I really liked that about her, so that was itself a good experience. I was then transferred to Christina because I had to make the payment through her, and she was not very good at answering questions. She kind of didn't even respond back to my emails actually with the questions I had, and I had friends who also had to deal with her, and they said that they were not very happy with her responsiveness as all. Stick with Sophia. What I thought was very interesting was that the other clinics, the assistant, they're not surgeons or optometrists. They told me to lubricate my eyes before I went to the actual procedure and to drink lots of water, but at Herzeg didn't mention anything like that at all to me, so I thought that was kind of weird. The overall clinic at Herzeg is very clean. There's a lot of technicians running around the place. There's a lot of different rooms. I definitely felt like it was a lot more going on in the clinic compared to the other clinics that I've been to, and they do have a lot more technicians to help around the place, so I could tell that it's very busy, although there is only 2 surgeons that are doing the actual procedure itself. I was definitely very nervous going into procedure. I was nervous a couple months before. I was very nervous going in simply because I'm just nervous that something bad could happen, and I have been kind of freaking myself out by reading all these reviews that happen to be bad reviews, because I'm trying to like kind of scare myself, maybe scare myself into backing off of it, but I really wanted to do it at the same time. So I was definitely very nervous going in. Like, I think half an hour before my procedure, they gave me Valium, which I took, but I don't really think it really calmed my nerves. So I can't imagine how much worse it would be if I didn't take it. After I took the Valium, I sat around the waiting area, also with a couple other people as well, who were all doing Smile. I was actually really surprised by the amount of people that were doing the Smile procedure on that day. There were about, I think, more than 6 people that I saw that were doing the Smile procedure. So they went in and out really quickly. It kind of gave me a bit more reassurance that there were all these people doing it with me. During that waiting time, they gave me a little kit that included all the drops I needed, and they were explaining to me how I was supposed to use the drops. So there were in total 3 drops that I had to put every single day for the next 1 week. The paper they gave me to explain the drops were a little bit complicated, but once he explained it in person, it was a lot more easier to understand. One thing that I found interesting was that at TLC, they didn't offer you these drops. When I asked them about what it came with for the procedure, they said that we have to purchase the drops ourselves, but at Herzeg, they actually provide you all the necessary drops that you needed. To be honest, the next couple of things that happened, it just happened very fast. I talked to Dr. Sheldon Herzig, which is my surgeon, and he was very nice. He did not look as old as he did in the pictures, which was very surprising, and he was very warm, very friendly, answered all my questions, and I felt very reassured, just because I know that, number one, his name is on the clinic, so he must be very good. He is very confident, and his credentials are very good as well, so I know that I am in good hands. Once I got into the surgery room, it was very cold. I lied down, and they gave me these anesthesia for my eyes, couple of drops on both of them, and the next thing I knew, I was undergoing the procedure before I was even ready. On my right eye, it was fine. I couldn't feel a thing. On my left eye, it was a different story. I could definitely feel a little bit of tugging, a little discomfort, and I was starting to realize if there was not enough anesthesia that was put into my eye. While it was uncomfortable, it wasn't very painful, but it definitely felt like there was this like uncomfortableness, and it did feel like there was some sort of discomfort. It didn't hurt a lot, but it did left me a little bit freaked out during the procedure. But it did happen very fast, and it did end it like within 5 minutes or so, the whole thing. After that, I went back into my room. Dr. Sheldon Herzig pretty much checked my eyes, answered any questions, and the next day I went back to my optometrist in my city, because I live quite far away from the actual surgery place, and everything was fine. Things were kind of blurry, but overall, I was just waiting for things to stabilize a bit more. One thing that I also want to note is that I'm not really used to putting eye drops in my eyes, so I actually missed a lot after the procedure, and I was staying at home. So when I had my 1-day follow-up, or I think it was 1-day follow-up with my optometrist, I asked for a prescription to get more of these drops, and she prescribed it to me, and thank God she did, because I did run out of these drops before it was supposed to run out. So I think that if you are also somebody who are not used to doing eye drops and you miss a lot, then make sure you ask your optometrist for a prescription so you can get these drops later, and they are covered by insurance. Definitely felt like I was having a hard time adjusting to how I look without glasses because I've been wearing glasses for so long. I think I'm a little bit better now with seeing how I look without glasses. The week after, I went to see my optometrist again, and I had 20/20 vision, so that was good. And a month later, I went to see my doctor again, and it's really good. I think I had 15/20 vision, so it was even better than 20/20 vision, and I'm really happy. I don't really have any side effects. There's no starbursts or lights or anything that I know some of my friends had. And dryness, I didn't have any of that either, which I know my friends also had that. But nobody that I knew personally went to do Smile at Herzeg, so I am the only one. Everyone that I went to had done LASIK and at a different clinic. So I don't know if that is the reason why I had no side effects and no dry eyes. But overall, very happy with the results. Definitely highly recommend this place, and I definitely highly recommend Dr. Sheldon. Also, at the end, they gave me this little gift card, and I thought that was really nice. So inside there is this little message saying thank you for choosing them, and then this little Indigo gift card for, I checked, it was like $20, and then this little survey for you to take, which I didn't take it yet, but I should do it after this. So very happy with the results. I definitely do think it is worth the extra price that you pay for Smile compared to LASIK. But I also know people who did LASIK and were happy with the results. So I know friends who did LASIK and they have trouble driving at night for the first couple of months. I didn't have any of that issue. So, you know, it's just almost like it never happened at all. So very happy with the results. And if you have any questions and comments, let me know in the question box below, and I'll try to get back to you. So thanks for dropping by, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.